The following podcast has been brought to you by Audible.com. Sign up now using the URL audibletrial.com/TTV to get a free audiobook of your choosing. We recommend Brick by Brick, How LEGO Rewrote the Rules of Innovation and Conquered the Global Toy Industry. You may recognize this as one of the sources we use in our show, Bionicle Autopsy. Remember, that's audibletrial.com/TTV. Enjoy the show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Sync!
Hello everybody and welcome to TTV episode 163.
Mardi Gras.
No, we were gonna do one episode. There's no Bang, there's no X, there's no bar. We're gonna do one episode, Viper. You gotta mess it up.
Would've worked. Not wrong. But no, how's it going, everybody?
Well, I made it for an episode this time, so pretty good.
Minor accomplishments for a bit of a scrub tier life. I don't know.
You really want to continue with that sentence?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what SLCC stands for. Scrub Life Comic Con.
Amazing. That's great.
I
got
was just
nothing.
so like this.
That was a
Just
great
thinking.
experience. MUX was a really cool guy. It was awesome to finally get that loss off my hands. It was burning a hole in my boxes.
I'm happy for you.
I'm happy for me, too. And I'm not short, by the way. Okay? He's just tall. He's tall.
You're kind of short.
He's tall. I'm average!
Okay. Average story of Eljay's
That
life.
laugh.
Meso, okay, listen. I am
Is
a
that
standard...
the first time the girls laughed at you for being average?
Listen, I'm a very standard height, okay? KAHI and Viper over here are like the Munchkin
yeah, I'm
tribe.
tiny, so why are you complaining?
Well,
Exactly.
Viper's
The
average
the
age for a
Lollipop
female,
Guild
and I'm
called,
average
they
age
want
for
their
an
height
Asian.
requirement
So,
back.
listen,
I just remember Takuma's
for
tweet
our
saying like he
demographic-
weighs the same as me, yet he's like almost 6 foot, if not that.
man, you're
Makes
throwing
me
him under
sad.
the bus just like that? Good
Yeah.
grief.
I have a
Oh,
question
you think
for
I'm a
Dennis.
weirdo? Wait until you see Takuma. Weighs the same as me, he's like 6 foot tall.
Not quite, I'm like 5'10", 5'11".
Almost 10 foot. No, not 10 foot.
Almost
6 foot.
Almost 10 feet
Oh
tall.
my god,
Takuma's
man.
Master Chief.
No, that is a
Master
freak.
Chief.
That's pretty
I literally
Wow.
don't have all my bones.
Before we
I
get
think
too
that's pretty
far,
impossible.
let's go ahead and intro ourselves. I'm Messina.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Viper.
I'm Takuma Nuva.
And once again, this is TTV 163. Continue.
I'm actually surprised that went off so well without a hitch when we didn't have VAR and we did have KAHI.
That's
know,
a good
right?
point. Yeah.
It just,
Anyway, before
Listen,
we get...
I'm a professional, man. Look at me. I
Well,
got my
would be
professional
proud.
shirt on.
I'm just saying, there's been several times where kind of hiccups around you.
Eljay, I've heard you have a beef with us.
Alright, yeah.
Oh,
So
does
I
he have a
haven't
beef?
listened. So I guess it was the last episode. If it wasn't the last episode, it was the one prior to that. You guys were talking some smack about me about Salt Lake Comic Con, I hear.
Stop talking
Comic-Con.
smack about me.
Is this true?
He was- Yeah. I've in a
Alright.
minute.
Salt Lake Comic Con was fantastic. The
Scrub Black
meetup,
Comic-Con.
while it didn't go... Okay, here's how this went.
You're like, it went fine. Okay, this is where it went bad.
Okay,
this is where it went bad.
So here's the issue. We originally had lined up approximately 5 people. And...
You want to throw them under the bus? Or no?
No, I don't remember their names.
I'm ready.
Give them
Like-
shout out.
2 of them dropped out because of schoolwork on a Saturday, okay? If you're doing schoolwork on a Saturday, you're probably gonna get good grades. Good job.
Yeah,
but-
good job.
Asians represent. Woo.
How do you know they're
I'm not
Asian?
Asian.
I'm not saying.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
just
not
saying that
Asian
good grades.
either.
I'm saying good grades. You said you're gonna get good grades. I'm
Oh
like,
my
yeah,
goodness.
Asians. Yeah.
You say the
Gosh,
most
racist
racially charged
generalizations.
things.
Actually,
No, I'm not.
No, hold up. I just remembered, before you get on with your stupid spiel, I'm gonna do our mandatory plugs.
Oh, I
So-
forgot about the plugs. Let's do
Fair
the plugs.
point. Go ahead.
Alright, so,
Air
as per
plugs.
usual, if you would like to check out this podcast, actually no, I already botched that.
If you want,
If you're watching this on YouTube, you're a week behind. The latest episode of the TTV Podcast, episode 164, is available for free on Vessel at vessel.com/the TTV channel. And if you would like to become a paid subscriber for only $3 a month, you can access all of our videos 1 week early on Vessel. It's a great platform. We love the service. and you help us out quite a lot to continue doing what we're doing.
No, you help us out more than just quite a lot. You help us out.
Yeah, you're right.
You
exponentially.
are exponentially. You
The
are
paid
worth
subscribers
like maybe
who watch on
100.
Vessel, and even just the people that watch our stuff on Vessel they're great people.
You're basically worth 100 views on YouTube. You really are.
Maybe I
Basically.
should stop responding to stuff on YouTube and only respond to stuff on Vessel and make people
Oh,
mad
no.
at me.
Ah,
Make people
no.
mad at me.
You know what? We really wanted people to go over to Vessel so much, we made Takuma an exclusive.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty
wow,
much.
just imagine if that was the case. Like, that would be...
I'm not sure.
That'd be quite controversial.
I mean, already. But then to have...
Takuma's dealt with some interesting issues lately, but I will
Yeah.
say there are
And then
exclusive
to- and
things.
then-
We're trying to do more stuff in Vessel that's like exclusive. So if you go on Vessel right now, and you get the early access stuff. If you pay the $3, you can do that. Not only do you help us out a bunch, and we're able to do more, and we're able to pay everybody here more, and keep the lights on in our building, but you can also get access to
Feed
the
the
after show,
bellies.
which is only available to people that are in the the subscriber window. So you have to pay $3 a month in order to get the exclusive
It's
podcast.
basically a secondary podcast that we do after.
We literally
Like a
recorded-
TTV Talks link.
We record it
podcast.
after the podcast that we just do. So after this podcast, if there's something that like we don't touch upon or that you want to see hear us go upon, we'll do that immediately after in the after
Or if you
show.
just want to hear us kind of how we normally are, because
Right,
we sometimes
behind the
forget that
scenes.
we're recording and we just
No,
slip into
this is
our...
literally how we
basically-
are in real.
It's basically
like,
us
real life.
roasting people after the podcast.
And then the other thing-
Hey guys, you see this cool video? Post this. Let's watch.
Hey, look at
and-
this! Watch this video. Isn't it cool? Yeah.
Speaking
it's
of video, though, most importantly, if you
Yes.
want to watch Book Club on Vessel, you're going to get
Right.
a treat. Because you're going to get to
Yep.
see all of our beautiful, well-chiseled faces.
Apart from LJ.
Have you ever wondered what Viper or Takuma look like? Actually, technically speaking, LJ has the most chiseled
I was
face
just
out of
gonna
us
say,
all.
yeah, his,
yeah,
because-
that is
Because
okay.
it's literally
that's true.
the bottom of his mouth is literally
let's
flat.
let's
It's
let's
like
really
a-
be honest though. Even without the mask on, it still looks like someone took a sledgehammer and chiseled to his face.
Oh, yeah, they did.
that's
They did a
true.
great job.
It looks
He
like
looks like one of those Roman statues.
LJ looks like cardboard. I don't know. He wears a cardboard
Except with
mask. His
clothes.
face is a cardboard
Yeah, except with
mask.
clothes. He's like,
And then also you can check out our shirts at store.ttvpodcast.com and our Audible trial at
You're
audibletrial.com.
he's like this. Like the audience is going to
Just
hear
stop
you
it
do
now.
that pose. Like they're gonna hear you do this.
they're gonna hear me posture.
Okay.
They are.
And that's the end of the
That
plug.
doesn't even make
Okay.
sense.
Alright.
They're gonna hear me pose as well.
Back to the hashtag
Continue with your
drag out.
dumb nonsense.
Yeah.
The hashed out, drag out, whatever. Garbage.
Thank you.
Okay.
So we had about 5 people lined up, and 2 of them dropped out due to schoolwork on a Saturday. Well, we had an uncertain
Responsible.
individual who wasn't 100% sure he was going to be able to make it because of the park we ended up going to. So I was like, okay, that may or may not work. I don't really know. And then I have a schedule change where I need to go back to my homeland by boat, obviously,
Yes.
by a certain time, and so on and
A
so
hot air
forth.
balloon.
So I go ahead and I contact MUX in private via email because he's the guy I absolutely had to see. Because
course.
he won a loss.
Only because you manufactured that as like somebody you could meet.
No, that was not
No,
it.
actually,
I-
that is
I
fair.
offered-
Ask for loss to be given to him in person. You and me were like, oh hey, you wanna
was
just
like,
give it
hey,
to
I
him in
was
person
sick.
while he's in the
Yeah, it's like-
area?
but I heard that he was really looking forward to it. Anyway, so I absolutely had to meet him because we had set that up. And I said, hey, listen, there's a schedule change. I'm not really sure anyone else is going to be there. Let's meet an hour early.
It was your first mistake.
Okay,
Did,
first
did
of
you
all,
like go anywhere? Did you just say hi and take a picture? Or did you like wander around Comic Con or whatever
no,
and had
we just-
had a subway or something?
here's the thing. We went
Had
to a
Subway.
park.
Yeah, I'm sure LJ had a Subway.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
I'm
had
sure they
Subway.
have a subway. That'd make it perfect.
So we went to a
Sponsored by Subway.
park. No, it's not. So we went to a park called Pioneer Park.
Subway.com/the TTV channel.
And the reason that Pioneer Park was regarded as kind of a bad idea was because it was kind of a bad idea. It is a sketchy...
Well, like the actual pioneers.
It wow. Okay, it was a mess. That was a sketchy park. There are all these people
There
walking.
were people drawing on like pads and sketching.
No,
Does that
okay.
work?
So a story that MUX told me is that there's this homeless guy. He was wandering around. He was walking past a tree, and at the base of this tree was a pile of ice cubes. And so what this homeless guy did is he picked up an ice cube, he plopped it in his mouth. I was like, oh, I really like that ice cube. He took a handful of ice cubes and went, hooray! And threw them into the air. And they rained down on him.
What is this?
Why?
Menagerie.
And then from my vantage point, my story was there's two homeless guys. One guy started urinating on a tree. The other homeless guy saw him urinating on said tree, went to another tree right next to him and started urinating on that tree.
What are
Because
these
the first
dogs?
one was taken.
Exactly.
Dogs? Are these people like they've had a brain transplant from a dog to a human?
Yeah, they're marking
and
their
they're
territory.
just wandering around parks and doing really weird, primitive things.
So okay, here's
Ice
I want to
cubes.
paint you the picture, okay? That Eljay's saying right here. This is a park, a really sketchy, trashy park. There's a homeless guy in the background, and he's throwing up ice cubes, okay, into the air.
Throwing up ice cubes.
He's
There's
throwing the
throwing
wrapper
ice
up.
cubes.
He's throwing
stealing
wrappers
ice
up.
cubes. Ice cubes are always all over the place. There's a homeless guy urinating at a tree. There's another homeless guy watching him urinate and going to another tree and unzipping his pants to do the same thing to another tree. And in the middle is Eljay with a cardboard mask and probably like a flannel shirt and another kid, and he's like, Hey kid,
And he's
you wanna
holding
buy
a lost set.
you wanna buy some Lego sets? You wanna buy some more of the Skull Spiders? That's the
And
meetup
you,
at Scrub Life
and
Comic
you can
Con.
continue
That
giving
was-
picking bones with us, LJ, after telling
Scrub
us
Life
that.
Comic
Yes, I do.
Con.
So, but the actual meetup was fine. Took a picture with MUX. We sat
You
down
have
and
the homeless guys in the background doing
Yes.
shit at turns, and they're not like.
I want to
You
make
see
something
the
clear.
stream?
I was
Wave to
never.
the camera.
I never went to the middle of the park. I stayed like right next to a sidewalk, like right next to a curb. So in case I had to run into traffic and get hit by a car first, that way I could.
Maybe if the homeless guy tried to pee on you, you could run into a car and commit
Exactly.
suicide.
Exactly. But the
Well,
actual,
besides throwing
the
ice
actual
cubes at
meetup
LJ.
went very
Two
well.
equals.
We sat down, we chatted, we had a great time. We were there for like 45 minutes, and then I had to get going. Then I learned later on, 2 additional members showed up after the fact. And they didn't know what
Poor
was going on.
people. There wasn't even a reason to go there.
You
They
didn't
had to
even tell them
experience
that
that
you were
weird
gonna
park
change?
with
See,
no
I couldn't.
result
I
whatsoever.
couldn't, because at
By the
that
time
Oh,
they
right.
showed up, it was all happy days and sunshine.
Because any normal person would have posted
homeless
on the
people.
phone on their message boards and gone to their phone and be like,
yes.
"Oh,
I'm
sorry
gonna
guys, I'm
post
gone."
on the message boards with a phone that looks like.
That's my point.
Yes.
You have a stupid phone like it's
And
2002.
I love it. Okay, my stupid
Well, at least
phone
you could
is
defend
In your
brilliant.
mind, the
yourself.
Borg
If-
have
if
just
the
come
homeless
out,
people-
and Attack of the Clones is just going to be showing in theaters.
If
your
the
flip
homeless
phone.
people attacked you, you could throw the Nokia at them, and it could knock them out for a
Nokia?
couple hours.
Nokia.
The Nokia. The Nokia.
That's
That's pretty much what it was. What he showed us. It's a Nokia.
It's a
No,
It's
no,
that
they're
kind
saying
of like brick
they're
phone.
saying that
like,
Americans pronounce it Nokia, even though it's not an American term.
I thought it was Nokia.
I thought it was IKEA.
Listen, I don't care.
IKEA. That's a furniture store.
He doesn't Kia.
Okay,
doesn't
that's
care.
it. We're done.
Why
We're done.
wouldn't he?
We're
Anyway,
done. We're done.
yeah, so
I think
No
it's done.
point.
Goodbye.
It wasn't
Bye.
the most ideal situation, and if I'm gonna go there again next year, I'm definitely gonna do a lot better planning and publicizing, and maybe a better park, and maybe
You
I
realize
won't
the
drop.
park choice
Maybe.
is probably why some of the parents
Hope
didn't
to
want the
God.
kids to come, right?
I hope to God that
Exactly.
you're
That's
like
what I
you're
was
not.
just thinking.
That's
you're
a
not doing that.
current
Wait,
assumption.
that park?
But you see, I'm not
I'm
a
sorry,
native.
kid, you're not going.
I don't live there. I live in the void, so I don't know anything about that
So why
area.
don't you ask people in the message
I'm
boards?
gonna
what
do
the
you a
best
That's a
thing
favor.
good
I'm gonna
point.
do an experiment.
Okay.
I am gonna go to Google.
Alright.
I am gonna type in "Is Pioneer Park good?"
Sketchy.
Pioneer
yeah,
Park
yeah.
Review, and then it'll come up with an exclusive park review website.
Don't know one way or
A
the
Yelp
other.
review.
I'm just
Well, I was
okay.
trying to
Yelp
until
Park.
people started
.com.
peeing in front of me.
Is Pioneer Park sketchy? First result, 3 out of 5. It scares the crap out of me any other time with all the sketchy peeps chilling there. But it's a nice park.
That was the kid as soon as he left the park. It's like, there's some sketchy stuff going on in there.
There's
Pioneer Park.
There's some homeless guys peeing. There's a guy with ice cubes. There's this kid in a
There's ice
stupid
cubes in
mask.
there.
Oh, it's so sketchy.
Pioneer
What's
Park.
going on here,
It is
man?
unsafe to walk through at night. Pioneer Park, great for concerts, sketchy at times. The issue is that there's a large homeless population in the area, and they're trying to have, and then they go on and go on. Safe and dangerous places in Salt Lake City. Pioneer Park has earned a dangerous reputation for drug traffic. It took me 10 seconds.
No,
They
but
weren't
listen,
ice
do you know what?
cubes, LJ.
Listen, Meso, hold
They
up.
weren't ice cubes.
I'm going to guess
Do you know
that
what the
Nike
major
does
flaw-
not have much of a market there.
The major flaw in your argument there
Okay.
is that LJ could have just taken 10 seconds out of his day to find out if this park was sketchy. But he'd have to use Google in order to do it.
Were you using Google, Meso?
Yeah,
Were
you'd
you
have to
using
Google.
I was using Google, admittedly.
can't use
See,
Google.
exactly. So
LJ does not
LJ,
simply
who is not
use Google.
used to like a normal person being like, oh, I wonder if this is safe or not. I'll go check the one thing in the world that has every answer in the internet. Nope, he's just
Nah,
like,
I'll check out Bing.
gonna
I'll
go
try to
on it.
LJ's browser
I'm
of
gonna go
choice.
on it.
I'll check out Bing or Yahoo.
No. LJ's gonna use that one
Start
that one
page.
that doesn't track your private information.
I don't know what it does. It's just, I like it, okay? Just leave me alone, Kai.
Same results on start
Leave
page.
There you go.
Salt Lake.
Same results. But anyway, no.
Salt Lake City's
So,
Pioneer Park.
so now
slipping
you
back
have no
to
excuse. So you literally just took no effort.
No,
You're
no,
like,
nope,
is
no
this part
excuse.
sketchy?
Salt Lake
care.
City's Pioneer Park slipping back to desperate days.
Also,
news article.
of course, you would, Takuma. You would link in our chat Skechers.com.
Skechers, the shoe that breathes.
Nike got no
That
market
kind of
in
creeps
that
me
park.
out, the fact I'm putting my feet in something that breathes.
Yes. But anyway, that's my story. Better luck next time. Maybe some other events we can chat to people.
I love how you're like, you started this off as, I have a beef to pick with you. And not only do you not pick any beef of this, you justified our beef entirely.
Okay, first of all, the term is
Now we
I
have
have
even more beef. You didn't
the-
tell us there are people urinating in front of you. That was not a thing that we joked
decided
about.
to-
That's beyond and above what we were joking about in an episode.
Okay,
Yeah,
see,
you
now...
decided to just quietly keep that part out
No,
before you
it's
had to
not
go
that-
at
It's
us.
not that I decided to keep it out. It's that I haven't been here
No,
to
no,
tell it. Also,
no.
Kahi, for the record, it's a bone to pick with you, and we have a beef. It's not a beef to pick with you. You're
We
not
have a
picking beef.
We're picking beef off
You
the
don't pick
trees
beef?
of the beef
You
trees.
just
I mean,
go up to a
You don't have
cow
beef
and just-
That'd be
trees in your
great.
country?
Beef trees.
Yeah. My goodness. But anyway, so that's my story. We have
vegetarians
more
eat. What do you
pressing
think?
matters to attend to.
Like Bionicle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keyword, trigger word, Bionicle.
Alright. Everything
we do have
we
a couple
have,
reported up
one
there.
hashtag.
Yep, one hashtag. Netflix hype. That's pretty much all it all boils down to in the end.
Okay, now let's talk about
so-
Netflix.
Or
The
Journey to
Journey
Greg.
to One has been announced, confirmed for a Q1 2016 release date. It's a Bionicle original Netflix series, 4 episodes, runtime currently
Unknown.
undetermined. It is fantastic news. I absolutely love it.
Meso, how is... Okay, you said before that you want a TV show for Bionicle. How great of a news is this for you?
On a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably an 8.5.
Why is it not a
Fantastic.
out of all
Because
the...
it's because it's only 4 episodes.
Oh, okay, no, that's a good point. You're right.
Yes.
What if each
and it all
episode
depends
is
on,
like 2 hours long?
then it's instantly forgiven. If it's 1 hour long, it's forgiven. And if
It's
it's
40
45 minutes, it's forgiven.
Right.
If it's
What if it's-
22 minutes, then it's like that still shows because there's sirens outside. If I hear that.
They're coming
I can
for you,
hear it.
Masso.
If it's 22 minutes,
Bad boy,
Use Google.
what
then
you
that
gonna do?
then that's
What you
roughly
gonna
on
do
the
when they come
equivalent
for you?
of Hero Factory's first miniseries. Which shows that they have about as much faith in Bionicle as they did Hero Factory, and not as much as Ninjago or Legends of Chima, or bafflingly Nexo Knights, which has just been confirmed to be receiving a full-fledged Cartoon Network TV series via a advert in the Australian Lego Club.
Here's what I'm excited about. Number one, I mean, we've all
It's
talked about
Netflix.
this before. Netflix, I'm way more excited for a show being on Netflix than I am on it being Cartoon Network. 100%.
Yeah.
One,
Definitely.
anybody can go and watch Netflix on the line. Any of the people online. Well, I guess you have to have a
On the
Netflix
line.
account.
Yeah,
But
you need an account.
You don't. A lot of people I know don't have cable. I didn't have cable
Right.
until like this month. But
Does
anybody that has an internet connection that's listening to us can go and buy, a Netflix account, and most people already do have one. Netflix is super popular. Number 2, TV's dead.
Yeah, Cartoon
let's get
Network
that out
kind
of
of
the way.
sucks,
I don't know that
TV's
it's
honestly.
dead, but it is
Like, I know there's some
dying.
shows
It's okay,
that
right.
are
Getting
good
there.
on there,
It's
but
bleeding out slowly in like the corner.
So having an online show is the future of media.
Quiet, Jimmy
so on the
Kimmel.
wall, the Netflix is just like, bye TV.
Pretty much.
He drives in his Porsche. He's like, "Oh, hi, TV. What were you saying? I was going to be unsuccessful. Okay, bye."
Punching the car. Okay, Kai is Netflix in this instance, and Cartoon Network is the hobo on the
Homeless
street that Kai punches.
I remember when they
You shouldn't
first said
have
like
thrown those
Netflix
ice
just
cubes.
did DVDs. Remember, like they would just send out DVDs, and that was the original draw to Netflix. Is that they
Yeah.
did that, and then they
mail
switched to
service
streaming, and some guy was like, the CEO was like, well, we've always meant to be a full on streaming service. And so people are like, oh, come on. Really? You thought you predicted that much? And he's like, well, look at the company name. Netflix.
Good point.
Yeah.
But no,
I couldn't argue with that.
This is,
But, hey,
if the runtime is proper, this will be the best thing ever. This will be better than a movie could have been.
no, definitely. Way better than the movie.
Yeah,
and
better than
also,
the movie, definitely.
I don't know who's producing this. Do you know?
We don't know
No.
anything about the cast or crew.
All we
I know-
know, unfortunately, is who is not producing this.
Oh.
No.
And I suppose this is as good a place as any. We don't know, like, with 100% absolute confirmed certainty. That hasn't, like, been confirmed in a press release, but I did briefly converse with Merlin Mann on Twitter.
No.
And I'll post a link to the tweet in the description below. The impression he gave is that he will not be working on The Journey to One.
Right. He said that he will have to now watch BIONICLE as a fan, implying that he wouldn't be working on it, as an actual production.
And he's hopeful
Which
to
is a
return
shame.
one day, but does not. No.
Merlin Man.
All I can hope is that whoever is involved with the new show is as in tune with the community as he is, because he had good social media presence and he also, knew how to communicate to the fan base very well.
But most importantly, he was our friend.
He was a great guy. I thoroughly enjoyed interacting with him on Twitter and on our interviews and all that stuff. And hopefully that's not going to stop anytime soon. I hope he's still active on
Hopefully
Twitter
not.
and stuff.
Yeah, we
You
should
know?
try to ask him if he wants to come on the podcast again before 2016.
Yeah, we should do that. He can talk about
I'll
like
do
the
that.
latter half and
He's always
like
welcome
what
on
he
this.
wants.
Because the final episode of the animations is supposed to air any day now, basically. So,
Wait, is
do
it
the
the
winter
final
game.
episode?
from what we're currently to understand, yeah, because there could be like one more after it, but we're getting to the end of things.
Oh,
It's that time to wrap
interesting.
up, because like just the last episode they were about to fight Kulta. The next episode,
Yeah,
they
but
do
I'd
fight
assume
Kulta.
like the fight would be like an epic fight, so it'd be like cut over
You mean like Lord of
several
Skulls?
episodes.
Viper, these are the animations. You know what an epic fight entails.
I know,
yeah, the
I
lost
just
fight.
wanted it to be epic.
But no, it's like, is it a shame that Merlin Mann and presumably Dum Dum Studios will not be working on the new thing? Yes, because I thoroughly did. I think he could have done a good job amidst a better method.
They had
The
a
bad
lot of
decisions
they had a
is that
lot of
they had a lot of
constraints.
hindrances
Yeah.
And for what they
from
did, they were able to pull off something that honestly is super admirable for the restraints they were given.
And Dum Dum's productions or studios, I'm not sure, their art style, I love it. And that's one of the
Love it.
things I actually do think as a negative. I do not like the art style that they are going with as much as I do the animation style.
I
to be
wouldn't
personal.
say that. I do like the
I
animation
like the
style
new
a lot.
one better
It's
than
like a Borderlands
just straight up
style,
CGI.
the new one.
Right.
Yeah, I like
It's
it
like
better than like the
cel-shaded.
Hero Factory style. But
Wait, what?
I'm not sure I like it better than the Monog-esque kind of drawn
I mean,
style.
it's a new style, and I can
That's
appreciate new
assuming that
styles.
this is the style they're going with. It may just be a concept image.
It's not like the new Scooby-Doo style that they've changed, and it looks absolutely awful. If you've seen
must
that
not have
yet.
seen-
Chuck E. Cheese. or like, any of the new redesigns they always do from time to time.
Yeah.
It looks like the set, but it's like cell shaded basically.
Yeah,
and
it's got shaded with
enjoy
lines.
That.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that form. I feel like that will be easier to render. I feel like that's where they're going with that. It'll be easier to do and to hopefully speed things up.
Yeah.
Basically, like
Although it's funny,
Telltale's
Tahu's
art style.
Tahu's
If you've ever
torso
seen
is
their
so
games.
contorted. But yeah, it does look like Telltale.
Now,
Yeah,
do we honestly know if this is what the style they're going with, or if
No,
this is
this
just
is the
it may just
concept
be a
art they
concept
released.
piece.
It's just that we haven't. It looks like it's 3D though. It doesn't look like it was drawn. It looks like it was a model. And additionally, it also it's the only promotional art released by Netflix for these upcoming shows. Which, by the way, I'm super excited about because I was telling LJ this when they did the article, when they did the all the Netflix shows are coming out, and they have like the Crudes and they have like a lot of other shows. They only had the promotional art for Bionicle, the new one. So every single article that comes out about these Netflix shows have Bionicle as the huge image title card thing, which is great because this is reported on Variety, it's reported on The Hollywood Reporter, it's reported on, I think, like the New York Times, Huffington Post, like all these really big news outlets, and they all have Bionicle as the big image.
they have Tahu at the front,
which I think it's
hopefully
pretty cool.
people recognize
I like
who he is. I mean, it's
I think
easy for us to
anyone-
say that we recognize him because we've seen it, like the transition. Also, we're Bionicle fans, but it just prove how great the transition between 2015 and the older ones. If older fans could recognize Tahu,
Exactly.
that'd be great if they can.
I
Makes me
just think
excited.
this is gonna go over so well. It's like all the bad stuff about it, that's whatever. It's an improvement over what we have now, and this is gonna do wonders. I'm so excited for this.
I'm
I'm
As a
excited
fan
to
and
see
also
what's
just for the
like.
brand.
now I have to wonder if this flops. This is going to be really funny to listen back on.
If it flops, then basically, rip Bionicle.
Rest in peace. Bionicle's
Doomed to
dead.
mediocrity
Let's
along with
be honest,
Ultra Agents
how-
forever.
How much worse can it get than the movies? Much as I'm sure all of us like the movies to some extent, I think we can all agree that they were subpar.
Cheesy,
at best.
Yeah, no,
really,
I
really
mean,
cheesy.
They had good production values, but as a movie, they were.
You know what?
Really
Actually,
cheesy.
the more I'm thinking about it, Takuma's right. Even though the movie was pretty, honestly speaking, objectively, it's not
okay.
it's not horrible, but it's not that great. But we
No.
all remember it
They're
fondly
beloved.
because we were kids when we watched it.
They
Yeah,
were
they had
pretty much
it had
par for the
great
course
production
for a
values.
direct-to-DVD release.
Right. So maybe
Yeah.
with Netflix, the same thing will happen. That kids will watch it because kids are on Netflix all the freaking time. Kids I have
Everyone's on
friends,
Netflix all
my
the time.
friends, little kids,
The point I was
little
really-
siblings.
The point
They're
I was
all
really
like-
making
yeah.
is that it can almost only get better than what they were doing before with the old run. That was my point, but continue.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's also the kids will still watch it. They'll still be entertained by it.
yeah.
That's not going to be a.
This is true.
And
Kids are entertained.
they might remember it fondly enough for the next show. I'm just I'm really hoping Netflix is huge because they are a story company. And I made this top 10s list, and one of the lines I put in there is that we've said before, Lego doesn't sell stories; they sell toys. But you know who does sell stories? Netflix.
Yep.
And Netflix's whole job is to, I feel like part of the thing with the budget they have for Bionicle last year is being subsidized by Netflix. Because generally when Netflix partners with another company, they fund part of that production too. Because it's part of their own original content appearing only on their platform. It's not going to appear anywhere else. So
This is, though, I do so believe.
From the catalog, it said Netflix and other channels. So,
right. So I
it
mean,
must be said. It's either a catch-all banner, or they do plan on putting it in other channels. I guess I'll have to wait and see.
yeah, that is true. That is true. I guess they could put it on a Cartoon Network as well. I don't know if House of Cards or any of the I don't know. Daredevil isn't going to show anywhere though anytime soon.
No, it's
So
It's funny, I just associate Daredevil with Netflix so much. People always talk about how dark and gritty the Daredevil is. And I think of Netflix production, I now think, I have this mental image, whatever, so it's just a Netflix original. It's
Oh my
Bionicle.
goodness.
Oh,
Super
no.
dark and
that,
gritty.
I mean, It would be cool. I don't know if it would sell a lot of toys, but that'd be
kidding me.
Great.
It's gonna be like Tahu. He's sitting there. He's having like a punch-out fight with Kopaka. They're both caked in blood and mud, and it's raining. And
Blood? I guess we still
Oil.
don't know what the organic to mechanical ratio is for the new generation. I suppose.
not as far as I'm aware.
But the other thing too is that like if you look at big kids TV shows right now, the most in popularity and in viewership, Adventure Time, Steven Universe, Gravity Falls. All of them are smartly written shows. They have overarching plots. They have all sorts of great stuff to them, and they're very critically acclaimed. Same with Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra. So right now they have this whole treatment of shows to look up to that are doing really well, that have everything that we want to see in Bionicle. And that's really cool. That TV, the Nostalgia Critic did this thing recently where he's like, "Are kids shows now better than they ever were before?" And the consensus is yes. Because there's so many of them. Before you had one show come along, you had Batman. You have Batman the animated series, fantastic. And then that stopped, and then you had Gargoyles, and you had Justice League, and you had Spectacular Spider-Man, Avatar, Young Justice, Legend of Korra. But now you have a lot of shows nowadays that are running, and they're really smart. And they even sell toys too.
I feel like before, just like how movies, when they were first made, I feel like it was more difficult to make movies, back in the early 90s, just because it was a new thing. Say with animation, it's you had to have a studio to make animation back in, during the old Disney movies. So now, as it's, changed to digital, more people can do it, and same with movies. There's so many, indie movies now, and, indie has just grown excessively since the 2000s or whatever.
Okay, Viper.
It's all more accessible.
Of course he has.
Yeah, it's more accessible.
Well, I mean, because the internet. Good grief! That was
I think I missed something.
Yeah. Because of the internet, basically. Because the entry level for being a filmmaker now is this. Before you had thousands of dollars and tons of equipment, and you had to invest, and you had to go to film school to even think about doing anything as a student.
What is it,
Now,
Kahi?
He's
kids
holding
have
up.
this.
He's gonna say Kahi is holding up a phone.
I'm holding up my phone.
The new
I'm sorry. I
iPhone
can't.
where you can
Okay,
film
it's
stuff in
this.
4K.
I know. I forgot it. I forgot too.
We should have
The
really
new
said
the new
something.
entry level is podcasting.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
That's what we did. That's how we started. Right now, you just need a phone, and you can go out and start filming something. You can start to become a filmmaker, and you can put your films up online and distribute them.
Man,
which makes the market more saturated. I'm sorry, Eljay, continue.
no, it's cool. Kahi, when you held that up and said, "Is this?" we really should have all jumped in there and said a random object it's this. Oh, a cucumber. Of course,
banana.
that makes so much sense.
Banana, yeah.
It's lost.
For sale.
Would you peel a banana?
Yes,
Call
I
that.
Don't peel a
would.
car.
Oh, that was a
Yeah.
question on the message board. Somebody asked me if I'd peel a car, and then they posted an image of a car that was quite literally a banana with wheels, and asked if I'd
That's
peel
awesome.
that.
That should be your future car.
Didn't you say
what's
something
that
stupid
from?
in the episode?
What's that from?
It's from Richard Scary,
Yes,
isn't it? It's from Richard
Yes.
Scary. Yeah,
Richard
yeah,
Scary. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
I remember that banana
Richard
car.
Scary.
Oh.
Too
Is it
scary
Richard
for me.
Scary or Richard
Scary.
What was the worm's name? The one that actually rode in the banana car.
I remember the worm. I don't remember his name though. I think he was just
I don't
wormy.
remember any of this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've gone completely off course. We're
Holy.
expecting
Not as
some
bad as
turbulence.
This is your
TTV
captain
talks about
speaking.
technology.
We've gone
Slowly.
completely off course from the
But he didn't
TTV
write it up.
podcast.
Wait,
TTV
what happened
talks
to
about
technology?
There's Kahi wanted to do a segue, and they waited 10 minutes, and
Oh
then
my.
Var had to do this really bootleg segue. to get
What
back
is it
on
with you
track.
people and segues? They're
Because
so easy.
Viper killed it immediately from the get go. I was just about to lead into my life, and then Viper's like, "I'm having all this trouble," and then we had to go through Viper's trouble.
You
And
forget
they
started
to
about,
say-
they
forget-
started talking
Throwing
about
her
forget
under the
to
bus. It's
say-
our fault.
that you asked how my life was, and
I
asked
meant
the
you said it
question.
was
I didn't
fine.
just-
I didn't actually meant you to go into a whole therapy session about your computer troubles.
Well,
Anyhow.
I tried to be
It was
like,
great.
I'm
They were
fine,
talking
but there
about,
was just a silence which suggested you wanted me to go into further detail, in which I
were
was
talking
like, okay.
Oh,
They were
we
talking about
derailed it even more.
nature and the Dead Sea.
What?
And then Var chimed in and was like, "You know what? It says something I forget exactly. You know what kills nature? Technology." And it was great.
we all started laughing. That was so.
No, Bar started laughing. You started seething. You're like, if you were any other member of this company.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I was like, oh my god. All right.
But
Anyhow,
anyway.
back to what we're
Bionicle
talking
Netflix
about. Back to
show,
Bionicle.
Journey to One.
Journey to One.
It's great.
Journey to One, Greg.
Okay, so
You know what I'm excited for about this? More than one
What?
voice.
oh yeah, that reminds
Yes.
me. Come
I
on,
agree with you.
Lego, listen to me. I can do it. I can be Liwa. I can just hear me out.
Do your
don't
best
sound a bit
Liwa
like
impression.
the new. Well, okay.
You can be
One
Bing
voice.
Zack.
I don't know.
Okay, first of
Oh,
all,
he
I'm
can
not
be Bing
gonna
Zack,
be Bing
yeah.
Zack. Second of all, I can be new Liwa.
You're like
I just
kind of
need to
Try
like
it out.
have that voice
Give us,
that's like
give us
kind
your
of
best
squeaky
voice
and
acting
annoying
impression.
You can be the jungle beast that just makes weird noises like.
I can do that though. I can totally like all
Like
I
D.
need
Bradley
to do.
Baker.
All I need to do to perfect Liwa, like the new Liwa, is to wake up. I just need to go to sleep, have a great night's sleep, wake up,
What,
have a
wake up,
microphone in
John?
my face. No. Wait, what did you say?
Wake up, John.
Wake up, Johnson.
Wake up, John.
Man, and it's just like I just need to go. You're too slow, Kopaka.
I thought you were gonna sneeze then.
I thought
You're
you were
too
too.
slow, Kopaka. Anyway, LJ, you gonna try a Liwa impression, or are you too much of a chump?
Okay.
Can you not do?
Why, of course I'm going to try. But you all looking at me?
That's what happens. People in a
I've got
recording booth
news
will be
for you,
looking at you
LJ.
too.
When you're in a recording booth, they're all looking at you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they're
at least
all
you see, at
staring
least
at
with
you.
them, I don't know them. So
So
you ever
they can
seen
laugh
Mrs.
about you behind your
Doubtfire
back.
when they're all
Exactly.
standing in that booth with cigarettes? Like,
why would
Just-
I ever be in a recording booth with cigarettes?
because you want to be a
It's
No,
cute
I
'cause you
mean
want a
when the
job.
guys on the other side of the glass are with like cigarettes. They're like, "Do you think promoting cigarettes to children is bad?" And they're just sat there like, "I don't know, no." It's biased-y. Like
Biasty.
Biasty.
Yes,
that's Bias.
definitely a word.
It's like beastie. Bias.
You're
Alright,
too
what was
smoky, Viper. But nah, totally. Come on, Lego. I'm right here. I can do it. Let's give Liwa a new image, a peppier image.
they give you
Your
someone
image.
like
Instead of
Kopaka
that
image.
just to troll you.
Like, let's get Liwa to go back to the old Liwa instead of stinking. You're too
You mean Mask of Light Liwa?
What now?
You mean Mask of Light Liwa?
No,
The
not
hip-
Mask
the
of
hippie
Light.
Native
Liwa.
American
'Cause
guy?
that's old Liwa.
Yeah, the guy who always got beaten up.
That's literally the only time Liwa's been voiced.
You know, now that you mention it, yeah, you're right. In that case, let's give Liwa
Messa,
a
which role
completely
would
new
you
image.
play?
I would play Umarak the Hunter.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
We
You would be
don't
a
know
good villain.
anything about him. How can you say that?
Yeah.
Exactly. I'll make him in my own
Messa
image.
would be one of the protectors. I think
What if-
he'd be the one that gets lost.
What if Umarak's
I'll
a
be
woman?
Milku.
No, he'd be lost.
Then I won't be Umarak.
How are you gonna do that, Messa?
Yes, lost!
Oh my gosh.
He like comes out, he makes his
All
entrance
right,
like,
let's
"How's
have
it
a lost
going?"
impression.
I don't know how spider sounds. They just do growl.
You know how spiders in my house sound? Squish.
How do I sound? Well done.
There must be
Well,
some
actually,
big
they make
spiders.
spiders actually make clicking noises. And then they use their fangs to make clicking noises.
Yes, Messa,
kinda
that was so
I remember
lossy.
LJ used to do a really bootleg click impression.
Oh, I remember that. That was so terrible. Let's not do that again
That
on the
click
podcast.
impression was absolutely fantastic.
Let's instead go back to what were we talking? What were we talking about
Wait,
before?
what was
Journey
we
to
about?
the
More than one
One.
voice. More than one
voice,
voice
yes.
in Bionicle. I
It's
am
gonna be
kind of
interesting
excited for that.
hearing them casted. What if they don't do that?
What if they don't
It's a
have
Netflix
any voices
original
at all? It's
narration.
literally just like a mute.
That I
Oh
would
my gosh,
actually
it's
be
black
okay
and
with.
Like
white.
Wall-E.
and they have,
I would
the
enjoy that.
cards that show
Oh
the
my
dialogue.
goodness, yeah. It's an old
I would enjoy
silent
that.
movie.
Yeah, like Wall-E.
Actually,
Like the first half of Wall-E, when they're like just there's no dialogue in it. There's literally just noises.
No, I like
Well, actually,
Kuma's
I
idea.
enjoy
I
that.
actually kind of like that first half of Wall-E.
I
didn't
like
the
the
second
sound
half.
of dialogue, but it ends up distracting sometimes and makes it like all you can think about. Like for me, Mask of Light, LJ, like, oh, I wasn't too crazy on Liwa's voice, and then me with Legends of Metronui, I kind of hated everybody's voice. And then in Bionicle 2015, voices, it's distracting. If you don't have any voices, you never complained about voices in Monog or the Bo Rock animations, because they weren't needed.
It's
But I mean, like, to be fair, they weren't a TV show.
Well, here's what I'm wondering. So
You
they're
couldn't do
doing.
Monog if you were blind.
They were doing a thing too, where they announced you guys know what that movie, The Croods, is?
Yes.
What that prehistoric
I
family?
know of it.
yeah.
No, you
Aware
haven't seen
that it
right?
exists.
Right. So they're doing a TV show. They announced it with BIONICLE. They're one of the other projects they're doing is a TV show based off that franchise. So what I'm wondering is Emma Stone? Is Emma
Emma
Stone?
Stone.
Is Emma Stone going to reprise her role as what's her name from that show for this TV show, or
is
are they
it
going
English
to
or
Character. Looking
something?
forward to seeing her portrayal.
I don't
What's
know
her
what
name?
show you're talking about still.
The Crew.
It's just the movie that came out. Basically,
It's a bunch of,
Emma
like,
Stone
cave
is an
family.
Emma Stone's an A-list actor, right? If they can get her as a voice actor for this TV show, then we know what kind of budget they're working with when it comes to
Emma
the show.
Stone as Gali.
Right. We don't know. I
Oh,
mean,
man.
I don't think we necessarily need celebrity voices in BIONICLE, but
No.
but we need good voice actors, and it would be
Yeah.
nice to have a celebrity voice attached because people would be like, "Oh, I didn't know that." Liam Neeson was in this, or like,
Troy
my.
Baker as Tahu.
listen, Liam Neeson would be awesome in
Another
BIONICLE. I
main
don't care what he does. It would he would be
Nolan
great.
North as Pohatu.
Nolan
Joey
North.
Baker's Tahu.
There we go.
He doesn't do
Peter
enough.
Dinklage as O'Neill.
No! No! We are done with Peter Dinklage and things! He is
Liam
not a
Neeson.
good voice!
The
Liam
Not
Neeson
seen
as
Game of
Lewa.
Thrones. How
No!
can you say he
you know
doesn't
what?
have a good voice?
I didn't say he wasn't a good actor. I said he wasn't a good voice actor.
I know he is a great voice actor. You have not seen Game of Thrones.
But I played Destiny!
What happened?
Yeah,
What
he-
happened in
No,
Destiny?
listen,
Destiny was just-
Destiny, they gave him a
Ugh.
direction. You can see
That
Christopher.
wizard
Oh, not
came
Christopher.
from the moon.
Nolan North. Nolan North has the same type of delivery. He does it better because
Doesn't?
he's the same type of he's a better voice actor than
does it
Peter
better 'cause he's a
Dinklage.
better
Yes, but Peter Dinklage is not a bad voice actor. Destiny stilted him. They gave him the direction to do that boring, dry take.
Yeah.
He is a fantastic voice actor.
I could
I didn't even
I will
recognize
show you
him.
after this episode, during the after show, I will show you a scene from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I
Okay?
didn't even recognize Peter Dinklage's voice.
I will show you. I will
because
show
it
you a
was that
scene, and
different.
you will tell me later if you felt like he might be a good
The
voice
gauntlet
actor.
It
has
was
been
only
thrown.
Alright?
the inflections
We'll do this
which
after
I
show.
noticed it was his
People-
voice.
If you subscribe to Vessel right now, you will see the results of this.
Fine.
Wow.
But still, I think celebrity voices are an alright deal, especially if they cast that Eljay Johnson guy as Lewa. But I'm just saying...
Celebrity voices.
You-
Don't
you
cool
call
it.
yourself a
We
celebrity.
are like we're Z-list celebrities. We would be a letter
so
of
much
the
of a
alphabet.
celebrity.
We are like question mark celebrities. We're not even on
You're
the
so much of a
alphabet
celebrity.
celebrities.
Two people came to a
We are
park to meet you.
ampersand
Two people, and you didn't meet them.
He blew off 2 fans. Maybe he is a celebrity after all.
Hey, now we're thinking.
Can you imagine Nathan Fillion went to some place and one guy showed up?
That one guy would be me.
be
Of
great.
course. Nathan Fillion. Nathan Fillion as Lewa. Okay, I'd accept that.
Tohachi, Nathan
That's
Fillion's
the one
Pohatu.
person
Wait,
on
no.
earth you would accept
Alan
to
Tudyk
replace you.
as Pohatu.
Oh yeah, no, that's better. That's way better. Oh, that's
would be
I
good.
good.
can't
discussion.
think of any voice actors,
Oh, dude.
I honestly.
Adam Baldwin is Tahu.
Adam Baldwin?
Yeah.
Is that
No. It should be someone a bit more like Michael Fassbender.
I don't know who that is.
I feel
He's,
his
he's
voice
Magneto
isn't like...
from the X-Men, the new X-Men, the younger guy. He's Steve
Yeah,
Jobs.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel his voice isn't like bassy enough for Tahu. Like I never heard his
Bass.
voice in in a bassy kind of style. So maybe he's just
Okay,
not.
all right.
Because he dropped
I
it.
always imagine
Hey.
Tahu having a very like deep bassy voice. But, like
Scarlett Johansson as Golly.
I thought you said Scarlett Johansson as Tahu.
Yeah.
I like
That
her voice.
deep,
I heard
bassy
her in the.
voice.
I heard
Yeah,
her
I
in
like Scarlett
the
Johansson.
Jungle Book trailer, and I felt that voice is really good.
Yeah, I feel she
Have
can
you seen
do
the
a
Jungle
really
Book trailer?
smooth and fluid voice that would
She
really
can,
suit
she can do a
Gali.
good Golly.
Who?
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, like
I feel
yeah.
like it.
This show is gonna be great.
I
I'm
wouldn't
looking forward
hype
to-
yourself too much because we still haven't heard
Yeah,
any
we don't
dialogue.
know.
What it's
we don't
about
know what's going to
and
be.
the animation.
Once we see the trailer, once there's a trailer, a trailer.
Well, there's never a
Released.
trailer.
There's a trailer for Daredevil. There's a trailer for House of Cards. There's a trailer for Beast of No Nation.
Ooh, House Cards.
Well, give the beast a nation. Send it to
Honestly-
America. It'd be free.
At this point, I am more excited for this show that we know almost nothing about than I am for Star Wars.
Whoa.
Honestly, I'm not that. No, I I agree. I'm not that excited for Star Wars either.
I mean, I agree.
Because
that's
I've
just I haven't seen the
seen
movie.
the trailer for Star Wars. I know what to expect. I don't know what to expect from.
Maybe that's the
that
whole
makes
thing.
it
It's
exciting.
like that Jaws effect in the movie Jaws. Like you.
I know
see-
exactly. Well, look, it's all about predictability. I know. I don't know what to expect from Bionicle, but I know exactly what to expect from Star Wars. Cliches, bad aim.
Oh my gosh.
Pew pew, and
Dead
overdramatic
Storm
So
dialogue.
how do you know how to expect from Star Wars? You've not seen a good Star Wars
I
movie.
watched the trailer.
You've watched the
Oh
trailer.
yeah, and forced nostalgic pandering.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? So,
Nostalgic.
how about you
pandering?
go commit suicide right now? Just take a sword like a samurai and
Go
just like
kill yourself.
Take a lightsaber.
lightsaber. Yes.
Yeah, no. We're gonna
Cut off
take the
your own head.
lightsaber. We're gonna put it on the ground. There's no shame in this death.
Yeah,
It is a
drop
good death.
fall on your own lightsaber.
Okay. Well, that was fun.
That was fun. What else has been going on?
That's basically it.
Yeah, we haven't
we're
really got
basically
much
out of time.
news regarding Bionicle, so
Everybody's kind of waiting for the last
yeah,
animation.
we're waiting for the
Same.
last episode. I would have
Everybody
thought it would have
talked
been
the
out
leaks
by this
Q1
week, but
Q1 2016. That is anywhere from, I'd like to say, January to like April, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
So it could
Quarter
debut-
one, it would be January to March, wouldn't it?
It could debut as late as April. Does anyone know where Daredevil premiered?
It was around April, February when it debuted.
April,
So I remember
February.
being
yeah,
like,
I
I
remember
can't watch it.
April 10th.
April 10th.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe around Marchish we could shorten Q1 to be like from January to March. But even still, it could be quite a while. We could have a trailer done by that time. We could have some stuff, developed by that time. Who knows? But I am tentatively excited because Netflix doesn't have any of the restrictions that other studios have. We see this with Daredevil. We see this with House of Cards. The way they do things is very different. Now, I don't know who's producing this show, and that might be something. And I also
what
don't
I'd like to know.
what restrictions Lego, the corporate, is going to put on the Bionicle the show.
I'm sure there will be many restrictions.
I'm just like, look, you've seen Ninjago pay off. You've seen the Lego movie pay off. Take a risk of Bionicle. You
Yeah.
have the means to right
It
here.
would
But
be
there's no
great
guarantee.
if it.
Go ahead,
Of course.
I was just going to make a joke, so it's not worth the ego.
Okay. There's no guarantee that Bionicle, the show, will take off and be successful because there have been other ventures that haven't been quite so successful. Atlantis, Clutch Powers, Chima, for a recent
I know.
example.
I want my
Listen,
clutch.
you
I
have
would
to realize
say
too.
Atlantis
the reason-
never got a show. Atlantis got a
Atlantis got a special,
one-time
yeah.
special. Atlantis
And,
probably did about as well as it was expected. Clutch Powers, didn't they get a sequel?
movie. No, Clutch Powers is a movie, and I don't think it ever got a sequel. I don't believe so.
No, it didn't. But there was supposed to be like, I get the feeling there was supposed to be a trilogy.
Yeah, and it just didn't do
Which
well
is-
enough to do that.
No.
So
Knowing Clutch
disappointing because it was
Powers-
amazing.
Knowing Clutch Powers is kind of... These guys, particularly, I've seen Clutch Powers. You've seen Clutch Powers. I don't think these three
Yes.
have.
We haven't seen Clutch Powers. We
It
should
is
do
so
a, we should
good.
do a
No.
we should do a thing with Clutch Powers.
Skelly and Bones, they're like the best characters.
Hey,
Hey,
now
Marty!
what we should like. The other thing too is that you have to realize the reason why all these did kind of bad is because they're missing what the other two did well.
Me.
Good plot, smart writing, overarching like complex characters, and all the stuff that should go into Bionicle. So the Lego Movie did really well because it was so sharply written. It was such a smart, funny movie, and it had like this adult appealing humor to it that wasn't like immature. It wasn't immature humor that was adult. Like
I'd say Lego
DreamWorks does
Movie,
this a lot with like Shrek, where it's like, oh, we reference this, so we're edgy and adult. The Lego Movie was actually clever. Same
I'd
thing
say
with
the Lego
Ninjago.
Movie was more appealing because it was creative more than its writing. Because I went to watch it with my dad. No, this is a serious thing I'm gonna say. I went to watch it with my dad, and he knows what Legos are. He actually likes Lego, and he said he preferred the actual aesthetic style than the actual writing. That's
Fair enough,
just
but
his
I
thing.
mean, it was
I
it was
kind of agree
surprising.
with him, but it was funny writing. It wasn't bad writing, but I wouldn't say it was super amazing writing. Not
Then you're
it wouldn't,
fired.
overdo.
I would say
Fine,
that
fine.
it was
I'm
one of the
fine for my
smartest
opinion.
comedy.
Okay
Yes,
then.
you are.
You
I agree with Viper.
then you're all fired.
I liked it a lot. I felt like they're able to cram so many like multi-layered jokes into it. And that like they're just one-off things. So like he's listing all the stuff that the company creates. He's like, food, coffee, cars, education, textbooks, voting machines. They're great. It's like that's such a great joke. That's such like an actual
the jokes are aware of like the human world basically, just like everything that goes on, and then the culture and things like that. Like when Mr. Business has all those artifacts, like the polished nail.
Great moment.
Yeah, in which he rubs the guy like. I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, but basically,
it's been out for like a year and a half.
He rubs off the good cop face. That's what I
didn't know that.
What? Yeah. Sorry, spoilers.
How could you spoil it for me?
We can bleep it out in post, LJ.
Okay. Wait, that's not going to help me.
Yeah, if you hate my opinion so much, why don't you just bleep it all out, huh?
We should do that. Imagine, like, we should do an unnecessary censorship
I'm Mesnek. I'm LJ.
of the TTV podcast.
Bleep! Still sick.
Okay. So what else was on our agenda, if anything? Anything interesting been happening, guys?
Well, I became Vezok.
Oh yeah, huh? You did cosplay as Vezok.
Yeah, totally.
What, you mean you got acne?
Whoa, nice.
Oh my god!
I was making a reference.
Brutal.
Burn!
I was making a reference to the ugliest Paraka topic on the TTV message boards when they said Vezok looked like.
Call back.
Oh no! Don't
looked
explain
like
it.
he had
Don't explain
acne.
it.
Oh.
Don't explain it because your original joke was already a huge burn as it is. And now
Okay,
you're
blood
well,
out.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about that commercial with Vezok where he rides the mechanical bull. I
Oh
did
right,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
You
I went to this place and they had a mechanical bull, and my younger brother's like, I'm gonna do that. And so he does that, and he lasts for 50
He
seconds.
gets thrown off.
He lasts 50 seconds. He gets chucked off. He walks over to the group of folks that I'm part of. He's like, anyone else want to do that? Come on, bring it on. And I sit there. I look. Everyone turns to look at me because no one else wanted to do it. I sit there. I look at him. I look at the machine. And I, like, chuck down my hat, and everyone's like, ooh, he got serious. I waltz on
Oh my
over,
God.
I sign the
kidding me?
waiver, and I stinking ride that darn thing for 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm. You rode it for 1 minute and 20 seconds? You rode that darn thing?
No, I'm gonna that tears it. I'm gonna cosplay as Zactan by posing in front of a mirror and then cutting up a fly.
I think...
But speaking of the bull, I went on one as well once,
I'll be
and
thought, I'll
I
lay
got
on
thrown
the
off almost
couch.
immediately. I was
Blow
like,
some
I was not
bubble gum.
expecting it. I was just like, I'm ready. Whoosh, got flown straight off immediately.
Nah, see, Speeder had this weird technique, like, he just let himself slide back and forth.
Yeah.
But what I did, I saw what he was doing wrong. I used my arm, I braced my arm, and I used it as a point of leverage. So I didn't slide everywhere, and I could just stay there for as long as I wanted. So
I didn't support myself well enough, and when the ball went forward, I smacked my face on the.
nope.
Oh, boy.
It was just like doing like that. And everyone was like, "Ooh."
You know, there was a state fair here recently, DuQuoin State Fair, and we went to like a bull riding, like an actual bull riding thing, and it was actually really unimpressive. They had a prize, and nobody won, I don't think, because like everybody kept getting thrown off in like the first couple seconds. All these
Yeah,
people, so.
bulls are scary animals. Like I get scared of cows because they're massive, but bulls, they've got friggin' horns on them, and they're more likely to be temperamental because. Territorial stuff.
I had a stare
Well,
down
I
with
wasn't.
the bull
I
once.
used to not be scared of cows, and then went to your mom's house one day, and now I'm scared.
Okay, first
Oh,
of
you live
all,
on a farm?
first of all, nice
I didn't know
try.
you lived on a farm.
Leave that to VAR, okay?
Yeah, leave it to the professionals.
Leave
But
it to the professional.
I had a stare down with a bull once.
Really?
Was the
What was
bull
it
dead?
like? Did you gaze
No,
into its
the bull was
eyes?
alive, and it was yelling at me. It was really angry at me because I was near it, and I stood there and I glared at it in the
Can't
eye.
blame him.
I
I would be mad at you too if you were
I'd be
near me.
mad if you were near me.
Well, I'd be offended if I
Eljay
looked at you.
Bashathon.
Ouch.
I swear, bulls are very susceptible to charging, so it probably wasn't a good idea, but I did it anyway, I won.
Yeah, then you'd cosplay as Raydak.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
Running the Paraka Gambit today.
And I don't like it.
Oh, so hey,
Rock
I guess there is something new.
rock.
I'm gonna. The contest will be over by the time this episode comes out, so either I will have won those tickets to New York Comic Con, or I won't have, and I'll have to
Do
spend
you
so
have
much
any
money.
clue how you're doing? I've just stopped
the
following
last
it.
time I was there, I was about 10 votes behind. So I need at least 10 people to do it. I have some more friends. I'm going to do like some stuff with Tumblr, and I have another friend who's big with some other fandoms, and she's going to try to help me out by spreading it there too. And we'll see how it goes coming up this last day going into New York Comic Con. But I mean, generally speaking, I probably will be there for Thursday. Definitely, I'll buy tickets if I'm not able to get there. But it would help me out a lot because if I do that, I'm not able to go Friday, and I'm also not able to buy any merchandise, which would be really nice at Comic Con. But I'm gonna go there. I'm definitely gonna do videos this time because I have a really nice iPhone. I'm going to go see the Lego people. There's a lot of different panels going on there. Artist Alley. I'm going to see if I can get some big-name comic artists. I'm going to pay some money and have them do commissions of some BIONICLE characters. That's my new plan.
Okay, phew.
Well
I was afraid you were going to say, I'm going to have them do some commissions of me.
Well, I mean,
holy
it would
granola.
probably be me as a BIONICLE character. Maybe.
Okay, that's at least better.
But I mean, we can see, I don't know how many big name artists everybody knows, but the people that'll be there at Comic Con, I follow a lot of artists on like Tumblr and DeviantArt and stuff, so I'm gonna go find them and do like a little like pencil commission. It'll be like $20, and I'll post all that stuff, or maybe post videos of them drawing it, on the channel. We'll see how that goes. Might be cool.
Did Stuart Sega ever go to like any Comic Cons, or was that last year that I'm thinking of? He went
that's
to
a
like
good
Salt
question.
Lake last year or something.
Okay, first of all, if he did, I would have known. Second of all,
Okay.
I'm going to translate you. Have him dress like 10. Again.
Yeah, there you go.
More.
You should have him draw a picture of like yourself getting an autograph from Zach Tan.
That would be cool. I could.
That'd be
I
a great
that.
image to have.
I would be so amazed if that was like that ever happened. But I can't even go to London Comic Con, let alone somewhere across the sea.
Why can't you go?
So,
But she's a
Can't you
pleb.
ouch!
You should go to
I'm
London
so
Comic Con.
offended.
Good.
Good.
You should go to London Comic Con.
I did what I was supposed to go about this time of year, but I can't afford it, and I was
Much does
going
it cost to get in?
cosplay as somebody, but that fell through because I need to like get physically like healthy to get into the role. Otherwise, it would just be like I was going to dress up as Sylvanas basically, and she like has like a stomach showing. So it's
Who?
Sylvanas from World of Warcraft.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I know you.
Oh, wait.
wouldn't.
I recall you mentioning
Wait,
it
Only
before.
wait,
because
wait.
of Hearthstone.
That's basically me and my normal friends when I talk about Bionicle. I'm like, oh yeah, Bionicle. They're like, what's Bionicle? Oh, well, they know
World
what
of
Bionicle
Warcraft?
is.
You play
Wow.
WoW?
Yes. Well, I used to. I don't play it
We
anymore.
Got a new Envy, guys!
Yeah! Viper is truly the new main.
You are a
Get
dork.
hype.
You are.
Which is funny because
I
I
don't
was
Says the
just
care.
kids on the
I
Bionicle
don't
channel.
care.
I was
Yeah.
just reading one of the posts in our message board, and it says that this person said that they thought of me as the new Envy for some reason.
No,
makes
that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
How?
Because Envy was always like wanting us to do role playing stuff too, but he didn't
Really?
have the. I mean, he wanted us to get into WoW, and like he got us into Dota and all that stuff. He was really big into Dota. Were you here when he was around?
Yeah.
no.
A bit, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
We
that's
were
how I
playing
first
Fan
started
Central.
talking to
We
you.
Yeah,
played
that's-
Dota
we
together.
played. We played Dota together.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So yeah, you know how that was. So that makes sense from that perspective. Oh, dude, Ruby Volume 3 is going to be there.
That's going to be in
at
NYCC, but will that be at Thursday?
Yes, the panel is there on Thursday.
Man, okay, so that sounds like
And
Thursday is the day to go. then.
I for once I actually got into a Periscope session. Barbara had a Periscope thing, and she confirmed that they are planning to do a meetup on on Saturday. So I might be there for that. I might be leaving Saturday too. I don't know. We'll see if I'm able to meet with some Rooster Teeth people
Hey,
and
do
get some
it.
stuff. But yeah, I want to go drop by the Rooster Teeth booth and say
If
hi.
you can win those tickets, that'll be the best.
Actually, take a picture of Barbara because she was the one. She was some of the Ruby person I didn't get to say hi to or get a picture with.
Yeah, I'm sure she's healthier for it.
Well, at least I got a photo of Monty. I'm very glad that I was able to wait that out.
that was
That was really
that's
nice.
great. Rip Monty. That's sad.
Gee, thanks, Viper.
Well, hey, I'm
Rest
just
in
getting
peace.
the cat out the bag here.
All right,
Okay.
I
Like,
think
you
that's
can't
about
do
all.
that
Leave the
anymore.
cat in the
I think that's
bag.
about-
You let the cat out of the bag, it'll meow in your room all day.
The term
Leave it
is
in the bag.
elephant out of the room.
No, I've heard cat.
Well, I mean,
No,
cat on
the
the bag
cat-
could also
see,
work.
it is.
The
It's
proper
also a
term
phrase.
is let's get the elephant out of the room.
The cat
Or
in the
let's-
bag.
let's
term
address-
is cats are
thing.
just
Let's
It's like, let's
address
get
the
this
elephant
subject,
in the
this
room.
nasty
Okay, listen.
subject.
the proper term is
Here's-
cats are garbage. and
Oh
deserve
my
to be-
goodness.
Here's how it originated. A long time ago, when people bought pigs, they used to put them in bags. All right, you would put the pig in the bag, you would take it home to your farmhouse, and then you would unwrap and see the pig.
Tell me more.
But sometimes people would cheat. And the secret was they put a cat in the bag instead of a pig. So you would think that you had bought a pig, and then you go home from the market, and you'd open it up, and it was a cat. So you let the cat out of the bag when you uncovered a secret.
Right, fair
So
enough.
I'm
Did
That's-
you
guessing-
just say?
Did this mostly happen in Asia, and they decided, well, we gotta have dinner anyway? Is that how this whole started?
Oh,
That's-
no.
I mean, listen.
Bought.
Do you know dogs
the
were
elephant
created
out of the room,
to be
then.
eaten at first? Dogs were domesticated so that they'd be easier to eat. They were wolves, and they needed like a ready food source, so they domesticated wolves so they could eat them.
All right,
I
man,
do
so I
remember
think
of a
Thanks for the
story
history
of
lesson,
a
buddy.
woman who was like in China or Japan or something, and she went to a pet store and there was a bunch of dogs in the window, and she's like, "Oh, I want that puppy." So like, okay, so they go, they get it, and a few minutes later they come out with a brown paper wrapped hunk of meat.
Well, this, I mean, you joke about it, but you can go into Chinese markets and you can see like a wrap, like a circle, and it's like a wrapped piece of meat, like a tortilla, but it has a dog's face like pushing it and like smack.
Well, it's no different to South America where they cook guinea pigs.
All right, so real fast before we continue on,
I
Messa, I
feel
think
like
it's
you can't get
time.
much meat from those.
We need to transition into the after show.
Yeah, I
This is
think it's
after
about
show.
time.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Agreed. All right. Thank you very much for listening to TTV episode 163. And all the usual plugs from the beginning. I'll say it one more time in brief. Check us out on Vessel at vessel.com/TTV channel for early access and better content all around. It is a fantastic service. Hope you enjoy. And we'll see you all next week for the next exciting episode of the TTV Podcast. I'm Messina.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Viper.
I'm Takuma Nuba.
And goodbye, everybody.